Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm Pam. There's only one reason why people cheat. And if you're thinking, no, there are tons of reasons why people cheat. You're thinking about the ways people cheat because there are many of those. Before recovery, I've been in recovery for 8 years. Before recovery, I was a serial cheater. And I say that very humbly and a little bit embarrassed. I'm not proud of it. But I really think that after 8 years of recovery, I have found the one reason why people cheat. And we're not talking about like tax evasion, defrauding the government, or stealing money from the town budget. We're talking about cheating in intimate relationships. So there are many ways people cheat. Of course, if we're talking about the physical acts of intimacy, the sexual acts of intimacy. We're talking about texting, even without the physical acts, emailing, calling, and even let's an example would be if someone is at a workplace and they're attracted to somebody else at that workplace and that person is over by the coffee machine and you go over and stand very close to them. If you're standing close to them because it's eliciting an intimate feeling and you're in a monogamous relationship with someone else, you are cheating. There's the emotional acts of cheating. um, a huge betrayal in a relationship is, and we've seen this in movies, is, you know, two people are in bed, and I'm a heterosexual female, so I'm going to keep this very heterosexual. So if a man and a woman are in bed and the woman looks at the man, she looks up at him and she says, "Where are you? You look so far away." And he looks down at her and he says, "I'm here, baby. I'm here." And he's not. He's thinking about another woman. He's thinking about his other relationship. That is a huge betrayal. You have two people who are in a very vulnerable position, or of doing a very vulnerable thing with each other, an intimately vulnerable act, and one is lying to the other when specifically asked, "Where are you?" "Oh, I'm right here." "No, you're not. You're lying, you're cheating, you're being manipulative, and you're being emotionally abusive." So that's keeping secrets in relationships. The one reason why, and I could add to that list. I want to make this a short video today. The one reason why people lie about what they're doing and don't tell their partners in these intimate relationships is because they're desperately trying to fill a void inside them. And some people even lie to the people that they're cheating with on their real partner. So they have the real partner, they have the partner they're cheating with, and then they have a second partner that they're cheating on both of the first two women with. And I know women can do this too. I know that. But like I said, I'm a female, I'm heterosexual. So that's the way this video is running from a heterosexual female point of view. Desperate to fill a void. And that void starts with fear. Fear? What you talking about? Yeah, it's fear. It's you're afraid that you're not enough. So you need to reach out wherever you can to fill that feeling of, "I'm not enough. I need other people." No matter in whatever situation it is, I need people to fill that void. But I'm the CEO of a company. I'm not filled with fear. Let me put it a different way. If you don't want to use the word fear, they are a coward. That's the only word that sums it up. Who else would be afraid to let their real partner know that they've been skulking around behind their back with somebody else? That's cowardice behavior. It's abusive behavior. And remember from the beginning of this video, I know I did it. I was desperate to find other people, men, to help establish my self-worth. I grew up in an abusive household. It was physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally abusive. And I grew up, I graduated high school, graduated college, all thinking that none of these successes, I really didn't deserve any of them. So I was always looking for the next thing that would finally get me to the point to deepen my soul, help me to think that I was worth it, fill up my self-worth, make me valid. And so when I would get into an intimate relationship, it was probably 6 months, give or take a few months after that relationship started, and maybe some a year. But eventually, I would start reaching out to other men because that newness, when that newness wore off, I needed something else to fill that. Because, right after, when we meet someone, and everything's new, it feels great. You feel you're on the top of the world. This person is telling you how wonderful you are. They're asking all these questions about you, and they're really interested in who you are, and you're interested in who they are. And then after a while, things start to settle, as they should. Hopefully it's a healthy way. You settle into the comfort. And when it was that settling into the comfort, I couldn't stand. Didn't feel comfortable to me. So I would reach out to a relationship on the side. And it was fear. Our relationship, our reactions, responses to life come from one of two places. And it's either from faith or from fear. We either have faith in ourselves that things are going our way. We know our path. We know who we are. We have good established boundaries. We know how to validate our own existence. And when you don't have that, your life is run on fear. And cheating in intimate relationships and lying and manipulating and the betrayals, that's all part of having fear. So I wasn't brave. I was a coward. And anyone else who cheats, they are not brave. CEO of a company, CFO of a company, president of a company, mayor of a town. I don't care who you are. It's the same reason. You're fearful, and you're making a desperate attempt to fill a void. Please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And comment. I'd love to read your comments. Bye for now.